Hey, get up. No, there's nothing wrong. I just want to show you something. Get up. Yeah, I know it's nighttime. I know you're sleeping. I said get up, not wake up. There's a difference. How did I get in here? I walked in. I know you locked your door before you went to bed. But, you might want to look around you. Yeah, no door. No bed either. At least not the one you went to sleep in. Walls are different too. Place looks a lot older, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you're dreaming. Don't worry about it though. I'm dreaming too. This house always looks like this in dreams. Come on and walk with me. I want to show you something. Look, just accept that you're having a weird dream for now. Never mind that I'm in it and talking to you. We'll get to that later, and by then I'm pretty sure a lot of this will be far more believable. Come on, follow me. Like I said, this is a dream. Although it's not really you that's having the dream, in a way. It's partly you, but partly me too, and partly the others who live here. And partly it's the house. Hey, watch right here. There's a hole in the floor here. We fixed it before you came here, but the house remembers itself the way it was before any of us. So in the dreams, the hole is still there. This way, down the back stairs. You want to know what I'm doing in your dream? Well, like I said, I want to show you something. And tell you something too. Something about yourself. Something very important. Turn left here, through the kitchen. We're going down into the basement. Yeah, I know you didn't know about the basement. Neither did I, until the house showed me where the stairs were in the dreams. The stairs, the basement, and what lies beyond. No, there is nothing to be afraid of. This house is strange, yes, at least in the dreams. But it knows you now, and I know you. All of us know you, and we trust you. Here's the stairs to the basement. You'd recognize it as the pantry. That got built over the stairway. Come on, down we go. We're gonna stop here for a bit before we go and join the others. Because I gotta tell you a few things before we go further. And yeah, you're still dreaming all of this. But so am I. And that's part of what I have to tell you. Sit down with me, right here on the floor. Feel how cool the bricks are underneath you? Feel the damp coolness of the air as you breathe it? Pretty vivid for a dream, yeah? Look around you. Brick floor, brick walls, heavy wood beams above us holding up the rest of the house. This house is very old. Very, very old. So, the thing I need to tell you. Do you remember when you first came to this house? You were young then, just a teenager, and living a pretty rough life. No parents, no real home of your own. Just living with a succession of friends, distant relations, sometimes just staying on your own in abandoned houses, disused storefronts, any place out of the weather. And then one day, you got picked up by a couple of heavies and dragged into a beat-up old van. They tossed you on the back and they drove you someplace you'd never seen before. This house. Yeah, you remember that day. I can see it in your eyes. We had a talk about this maybe a year after you came here, remember? You thought those two were going to drive you someplace and beat the shit out of you or something. Then they took you out of the van and marched you into the house. From the outside, this place doesn't look like much. Certainly not the sprawling townhouse it once was, but not exactly a derelict building either. They marched you inside with you wondering the whole time where the rest of their gang was and when the beatings would start. And they brought you all the way through to the back of the house, what used to be the dining room once upon a time, the room where me and my associates conduct our business deals. I remember seeing them drag you in and push you into the middle of the room. You looked so small, so afraid, standing there. You couldn't even look anyone in the eye. You just stared at the floor, looking like you might just piss yourself out of fear. And then I came up to you, and I gave you a long, hard look. One of those looks a person can feel, crawling across their skin. The kind of look that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. I walked all the way around you, looking you over, while you just stood there, trembling and sweating. And then I was in front of you again, and somehow you found the courage to finally raise your head and look me in the eye. Do you remember what I said to you when our eyes met? I said, "This one has potential." And I was right. After that day, you never had to worry about where you were going to spend the night, or where your next meal was going to come from. We have a lot of people living in this house, and we all take care of each other. One big, happy family, unrelated by blood, but connected by something even more powerful. But it's a strange family, and I know you can't deny that. A lot of us have some fairly interesting skills, or abilities, or talents. Naomi, for example, absolutely silent whenever she moves, graceful as a cat. I remember when she started teaching you from all the books we have in the library upstairs. Got you caught up on all the things you missed from not going to school. Even helped you get your equivalency degree. Ever see that pet cat she has? The one that roams around the house when most of us are asleep? You ever see Naomi and that cat in the same room? Or Dion. Big guy. Looks like he could break you in half. And he's as gentle as a lamb. Always there to talk whenever anyone in the house is having a rough day, for whatever reason. Hell of a cook, too. He ever show you that trick of his with the floating dice? No? Oh, but you've seen him do it, I'm sure. Maybe just for a second. Walking past his room or something like that. But you've seen him do it. Oh, you thought it was just a trick your eyes were playing on you because they were tired? Yeah, That wasn't a trick of the eyes. You really can make the dice float. And then there's Oscar. Crazy Oscar. Always has that bandana half covering his eyes, and always looks like he's either gonna start laughing or punch someone right in the mouth. It was his idea that we should all learn how to fight. Hand to hand mostly, but also training with a couple of basic weapons. Oscar was absolutely insistent that everyone learn how to hold their own in a fight. Yeah, he's got his own special talents too, and not just the way he knows how to fight so well. Remember a couple of months ago, when you and him were sparring, and all of a sudden you found yourself on the ground? Yeah, you were pretty groggy then. When you finally sat up, you kept mumbling about seeing stars before he even hit you. Except he didn't touch you. We all saw it. He never touched you. He swung at you, yeah, but he never made contact. Physical contact, at least. But you still went down. Remember when he helped you back to your feet and said he'd teach you that trick when you were ready? You'll be ready soon. And there's some of the others in the house. We got a lot of people living here, you know. And maybe you haven't even met them all yet, big as this place is. There's Romeo, who always seems to know when we're about to have visitors come by the place, and what sort of people those visitors are likely to be. Vesa, who tends the garden out back, and tends to the people of the house when they get injured or sick. Remember when they patched you up after the knife fight behind Brasky's? And how you never got any scars from all those cuts, and how fast they healed? Eva, who talked with you and helped you get your head straight again after you had all those dreams about losing your parents. You never told me about those dreams, but Eva did. And she told me she worked with you and helped you move past it. How she sat up in your room while you slept and chased away the bad dreams. I could go on, but this will do for now. Dream time is different, but there are still things we must do. On your feet now. Follow me. There's enough light to see by. The house makes sure of that. In this dreamscape that we all share, the house remembers what it looks like, and so it shows that to us in the dream, so we can see where we're going. Through this doorway. This room used to be the furnace room. See the coal chute over there, and the old cast iron coal stove? Just a bit further. Into this room. There's a big wooden trapdoor set into the middle of the floor here. Reach down and grab that ring on it. Pull the door open. Follow me down here. You'll see how easy it is. Just sit down on the edge, like this, and set your feet onto the rungs set into the side. We're a fair bit underneath the house now, but this is still part of what the house remembers, and so it's here in the dream. Feel how cold it is now in this stone passage? You can see the moisture beading up on the walls, Places like this usually smell of some sort of mold or rot, but not here. Here you can only smell water and stone. Come on, not far to go now. The others are just ahead in the meeting chamber. There will be candles for better lighting, and the air will be much warmer in there. We are here, friends. Thank you for waiting for us. Now we can begin. No, you stay here, in the middle of the room, next to that wooden pedestal with a stone block on it. I'm going to sit down with the others. There's no need to be afraid. You're not in any trouble. Far from it. You're among friends here, and we all know and love you. We've all gathered here, in this dream that our house and home has been so generous as to let us use. We're here tonight to show you what you can become, how you can become more like us, how you can become more than human. I've told you of some of the special talents that many of us in this house possess, things we can do that ordinary people cannot. We practice and hone these talents, and we teach them among each other. And when we find someone from outside our little community, someone with the potential to become much more than they are, we teach them as well. All that you have seen us do, all that sets us apart from what you would think of as the human limit, all of those skills and abilities and talents, all that and more can be yours, if you have the will to learn them. And to help you discover your own potential, to help you see the extent of your own will, I will lend you a portion of one of my own talents. Look at the stone block on the pedestal next to you. Just a stone, the size and shape of a brick. Nothing special. Only a stone. Something hard and durable and strong. Close your eyes. I want you to see that stone in your mind. I know this is a dream. It's a dream for all of us. But for all of us gathered here together, this dream is now our reality, our true reality. For we can exist in the dream state as well as the mundane human world. Focus only on the stone. See it as it sits there on the wooden pedestal. See the surface of it. Let your mind imagine the texture of the stone beneath your fingertips. Imagine the weight of it if you were to pick it up and hold it in your hand. Focus on the stone. Focus all of your will upon that stone. In your mind, see that stone rising up from its resting place. Use your own mental force to raise it up from where it sits. Bring it up into the air. Yes, that's it. Now hold it there. Hold it with your mind. Now, break it. See a line beginning to form along the center. See it spreading, widening, cracking. Focus your mind, your entire will, on that widening line. Break the stone. You see now what you can accomplish if you have the will to learn it. Yes, you definitely have the will. Now, we can teach you the way. Sit down with the rest of us. We will stay here while the dream lasts, and we will watch with you while the house shows you more about itself. The house joins us together, you see. Though we are each our own entity, in the dream state and in the mundane world, the house is our link, our bond. You are truly one of us now. Join hands with us and dream. We will make you powerful.